Hello friends, my great pleasure to welcome you to my channel, Eze Graphics and Multimedia. My name is Rafi Yakubu right here, and in today's video you are going to learn how to create modern business card, print ready template in Photoshop, step-by-step tutorial. But before we dive deeper into the tutorial, if you are very new to this channel, remember to click on the subscribe, turn on notification bell, so each time I post content about Photoshop, you'll be notified. So with that being said, let's dive into the tutorial and see how to create a modern business card print ready template in Photoshop step-by-step tutorial. So let's begin. The first thing you want to do is to come to the home tab right here and make sure you click on file. Then you have to navigate to new. The next thing you want to do right here is to come to the top right here. Make sure you title your design, modern business card. Then you come to the width, type in 3.25 inch, and come to the height. Make sure you type in 1.75. Then your resolution should be 300. Your color mode right here should always be CMYK, and make sure you select inches right here. Then finally, come down below here and click on create. The next thing you want to do is to go to your ruler right here, and if you don't have your ruler in a default, next thing you want to do is to go to the home tab right here. Make sure you go to view and make sure your ruler is active, or you press Ctrl R on your keyboard, so you are going to have your ruler active like this. So next thing you want to do is to drag your ruler both vertical and horizontal, and make sure it's snapped to the page. Next thing you want to do is to go to the home tab right here, go to image. From image, click on canvas size, then make sure relative is checked, and come back here and type in 0.25 for the width and 0.25 for the height, and click on OK. So the next thing you want to do is to go back to your ruler and make sure you drag your ruler both vertical and horizontal, then make sure it's snapped to the page. Next thing you want to do is to go to the home tab right here, go to image, then you look for canvas size. Then at this point here, you have to come to the width and make sure you type in 0.25 for the width. Then come to the height, make sure you type in 0.25 and then click on OK. Boom. So you're going to have your layout set up like this. So the next thing you want to do right now is to create some shapes and style color to form your business card. Okay, all right, so the next thing to do is to play with shapes and color to create our fantastic modern business card. So let's see. So the first thing you want to do is to come to the tools bar right here. Make sure you come to the shape tools, click and hold down, and make sure you select your rectangular tool. Having choose your rectangle tool, you have to come to the top right here. Make sure shape is checked. You can come to the top right here, and then you can change the color for now. And you come to the artwork right here and make sure you draw your rectangle. How you draw your rectangle, next thing you want to do is to go to the home tab right here. Make sure you go to edit, then look for free transform. Now what we want to do right now is to rotate this particular rectangle this way. Then you can adjust it properly. Once you have to satisfy with this adjustment, come to the top right here and click on this check mark to accept. Next thing you want to do is to come back to the layer right here, right click on the layer, and then look for duplicate layer. So this can be rectangle 2 right here. So rectangle 2, and click on OK. Now what you want to do right now is to go back to the rectangle 1 layer, double click on the layer thumbnail. This is pump up, then you can change the color for now and then click on OK. Next thing you want to do is to go to the home tab right here, click on edit, make sure you click on free transform. Then you just have to take the shape out a little bit like this. Once you're satisfied, you come to the top here and click on OK. All right, so the next thing you want to do is to locate this rectangle 2 layer. Go back to your layer panel, right click on the layer right here, and then make sure you look for duplicate layer. So this can be rectangle 3, okay, and come to the top here, click on OK. This rectangle 3 right here, what we want to do is to go to home tab right here, we click on edit, and we make sure we look for free transform. Next thing we want to do is to right click and make sure we flip to horizontal. So we're going to have stuff like this, then we can drag it down a little bit. So we have it this way, then we can come to the top right here and click on this check mark to accept. So next thing we want to do right now is to make a duplicate of the rectangle 3. We right click on it, and then you have to go to duplicate layer, So this is going to be rectangle 4. Okay, rectangle 4, and I'm going to click on OK. So this rectangle 4 right here, we have to make sure we double click on the layer thumbnail, and we can change the color for now for a proper differentiation, and we click on OK. Now what we're going to do right now is to make sure we drag the rectangle 4 layer, and we take it to the background layer. So we have it this way. Next thing we want to do is to go to the home tab right here. We go to edit, then we look for free transform. Then what we want to do right now is to drag it out a little bit, and we make sure we maintain the same width with the first shape. Then we come to the top right here, and we click on OK. So we are going to have stuff like this. So next thing we want to do is to go back to our background layer, and then what we want to do right now is to go to our toolbar. We have to click on our click and hold down our pen tool right here, and we make sure we select pen tool. Having select pen tool, we have to come to the property from the top right here. We make sure shape is checked. Then having select shape, then we can change the color also for now to this type of gray. Then we have to come to the artwork, and we make sure we draw a shape. So next thing we want to do right now is to apply appropriate color to our business card. So we can start from this one right here. We select on this particular shape right here, and we come to the layer thumbnail. We double click on the shape layer thumbnail, and this is going to pump up. Then we can change our color from the point right here. So you can see the color code I use right here. I will highlight on the color code. I will right click on it. I will make sure I copy the code, and I'll click on OK. Next thing I want to do is to locate this layer right here. And I will go back to my layer thumbnail, and I will come here, and this is where I'm going to press Ctrl V now to paste the color code. So we have stuff like this, and I'm going to click on OK, and I have to select on this particular shape right here, and I will double click on the layer thumbnail. So I will have to change the color right here also. Then I'm clicking on OK. Then I have to select on this particular one right here. I will double click on the layer thumbnail, and I will look for gray. All right, so you can see the color code I use right here, and I'm going to click on OK. So finally, I have to select on this particular shape right here, and then I will go to the home tab right here. I will click on File. Then I will look for Place Embedded. Then I'll come to the layer panel right here. I will right click on the layer thumbnail, and I'll make sure I click on Create Cleaning Mask. Then I'll come to the blend mode right here. I'll click on here, and I will look for luminosity. So I'm going to choose luminosity. We're going to have stuff like this, and I'm going to make sure I click on here and close this tab. So at this point now, the next thing I'm going to do is to add text and icon to this business card. So let's check it out.